everyone, and welcome back to our second and last part of the Paris vlog. We're going to jump right into things as our first stop is the famous, the magnificent, the Le Louvre. We have officially entered to the Louvre! You guys, going in was a challenge because the Louvre was so packed and the air conditioning wasn't all the way there. So we were maneuvering to make our way in so we can finally begin our tour. The first sculpture we encountered was the beautiful and romantic Cupid and Psyche sculpture. As I glanced through the room, I was so shocked at how there was so much detail even on the ceiling. And it's the Louvre, I am not going to expect anything less. The Mona Lisa is right behind me. It's so hard to tell because it's just flooded with people. And there it is, the Mona Lisa. And that's as close as we're gonna get because I was not going to shove my way to the front. Still, it was such a cool experience to see it in person. Just across the Mona Lisa, there is this huge painting that's almost from top to bottom, definitely too big to fit on camera, that is depicting the story of Jesus turning water into wine. I was so amazed by the 19th century decoring and its architecture. Like, it really stands the test of time. It is so beautiful. And we have arrived to the second Louvre icon, which is the Wind Victory of Samothrace. And oh hey, will you look at that? There is me holding it. Now we have entered the Galerie d'Apollon, aka the Apollo's Gallery, or the Crown Room. It displays the crown of King Louis XV, among other precious pieces of fine jewelry. I just loved how each room depicted the period and the culture of the artifacts and the art pieces. It really made it feel like immersive and as if you were going back in time. Moving forward to one of my favorite exhibitions of the Louvre, the Egyptian rooms. The Egyptian culture has always piqued my interest, so I was super excited to see all that there was, like mummies and its artifacts, and it turns out they're doing some renovations at the Louvre. We are right now at the Egyptian section, which is probably one of my favorites. It's so nice. Look at that. The film geek in me just reminds me of The Mummy and The Night at the Museum, and you can't tell me that it doesn't look like the tablet of Ahmed Rara here, bro. No, but seriously, learning about the cultures through its art, it has so much history, and the intricate detail, it still amazes me how well preserved they are and how incredible they still look. Unfortunately, the day that we went, they had the Mummy section closed, and I was so bummed out because I was so looking forward to that. We have made it to the third icon of the Louvre, which is Venus de Milo, aka Aphrodite. Although I didn't get to capture it, but I really loved how it looked like she was looking over the gods from her stance. I've been at the Louvre for almost 2 hours, I would say. Pretty exhausted. It's been a very long walk, but it's been really cool being able to see the Mona Lisa, Aphrodite, and some other really cool ones. So much to see. I wish that I could see more of it, but that's okay. There's always next time. Hopefully I can get some food soon because I am starving and my feet hurt from walking. I think roughly almost 20k steps, which is crazy. Right now we're at the park in front of the Cinematheque. We're just scouting for some locations for our short film, and it's really beautiful. Behind me there's actually a wedding going on. How romantic. It's so pretty. This place is gorgeous. At this point we began to film, and here's a little sneak peek to our little short. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a tiny guinea pig plush right on my hand. After filming, we went out to get some food, and for the first time I see an egg and ham sandwich that looks like this. It's called Croquette Madame. How fancy is that? And here we are, we have entered the Georges Méliès exhibition, which is one of my favorite early filmmakers.
Here's the top, here's the bottom.
I really like that the exhibition had a lot of hands-on interactive displays and demonstrates how far filmmaking has come with its magical optical illusion aspect of it. Among the inventions in the exhibition, you're gonna find this big box which is actually called the kinetoscope. It was created by Thomas Edison in 1881. It was one of the first attempts to watch films, just like this. Right here we took a little break to watch some of George Méliès's films as well as the Lumière brothers' silent films. I have always wondered what it was like to spin film, and oh my gosh, it is a lot more harder than I thought because you have to maintain at a constant speed, and back then the format was 16 frames per second. Also, a fun fact, George Méliès used to be a magician before he began his film-making career, which explains his whimsical sci-fi vibe to his films. And of course, I had to sneak in an outfit of the day moment. Back then, in the days of early filmmaking, they used to have big warehouses like this to film in natural light. And as you guessed it, it inspired the studio look that we have now in modern day. Getting to see the costumes from George Méliès's film was so amazing because the costumes are in such great shape and they just look pretty timeless still, considering the approach of his films.
This costume right behind me is one that came out in the original film from A Trip to the Moon.
The history behind filmmaking is pretty wholesome in my opinion, with each method getting closer and closer to what we have now on the silver screen. In the walls, you would see the original sketches for the costume design, which was unbelievable how well they have been kept. Another fun fact about George Méliès is that he made over 500 films between the years of 1896 and 1913. He also really liked to take part of them, besides directing and writing and producing. After the exhibition, we went to a panel screening which was called Nasty Woman. It was a series of old early films and it had clips of strong independent women and it was very funny too.
Hey, we're on our way to the Eiffel Tower. We got our little snacks, baguette, charcuterie, and cheese. You over there? Ah ouais. We have officially made it to the Eiffel Tower. Crazy! Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm gonna cry. And we also brought a little charcuterie situation over here. Enjoy the view. Oh my gosh. We're on our way to our cruise on the Seine. That's the boat.
The cruise at the Seine was so magical and the golden hour was just perfect. It made the Parisian scenery so romantic. We saw so many boats too that also do cruises and even some of them were like restaurants. And this one happened to have a dinosaur on it. Seeing these people dancing just made the cruise more sweet and wholesome. Another sight I liked was that the shore was so packed with people chatting, sipping wine, and enjoying the sunset. After the cruise, we went out to have dinner as a group. Oh, and check that out, there's more live music! The restaurant we went to is a perfect place for those cheese lovers. It was so delicious.
We're about to go up on the Eiffel Tower. We are in the second floor of the Eiffel Tower. It is pretty packed, but you still get such a beautiful view of the city. It's so crazy!
Catching the view of the city felt truly unreal. It felt like it was the cherry on top of the trip, but also a dream come true.
That's where they had the Olympics.
Looking over the sights of Paris made me feel like I was looking into the lives of many people, and how lucky I am to be in the same city. And of course, I did some souvenir shopping before heading down. One last glance of this, I can't get enough. Right after the tour, we went to get some delicious carbonara. At this point, we were on our way to our last get-together of the evening. We had a delicious dinner and made our way to the movie theater where we were going to have our screening of the short films. This was such a bittersweet moment because it officially meant that the trip was just a few moments away to come to an end. Time flew by so fast. To Lyon and Paris, I will keep these memories close to my heart. I will be back very soon, hopefully. Hi! So, for those who don't know me, my name is Camila Flores and welcome to this channel. I always wanted a place where I could capture the things that I love, like fashion, film, blogs, and I'm just so excited to start this journey with you. Here are some fun facts about me so we can get to know each other. I just graduated college with a degree in performance and production and a concentration in acting. I am an actress and I am working towards doing it more professionally. I've been part of a lot of sets, mainly student films because I'm still in my college town. So I'm also here documenting my journey towards that dream. If I'm not in front of the camera, I love to be also crew. I like directing, I like writing, and I also really like to do wardrobe. And with that being said, I love fashion. My mom was like the ultimate Barbie in my life because each day she would just show up with the cutest outfits, and she was my muse in that sense. Also, I used to have a YouTube channel with my twin sister. Her and I would make this really funny and goofy blog skits. I feel like everybody goes through a phase in middle school where they have a channel or a secret channel, and her and I did it and we loved it, and this is my solo journey. Now, I just really want to cover some takeaways about this amazing trip. This trip came to me as an opportunity for a study abroad program in my university, Texas State University. We were going to cover the birth of cinema, and there isn't a better place but to do it in France. And I guess just a fun fact, this program was basically my last few credits to graduate, so it just felt like the right time and also such a cool way to finish the year strong. And I like to see it like a little miracle and like a gift to me from all these years of hard work. Now, to the takeaways. As basic as this sounds, I would say to really stay in the moment. There were many times where I couldn't film because one, I was in very touristy places, two, we were always hustling everywhere, and three, some things I just want to keep to myself. And I feel like sometimes filming can just really take my appreciation away from that moment. So if you're going somewhere you've never been there before, please document it, but also learn how to balance between being in the moment and keeping some memories for you. Number two, I would say to don't be afraid to say no. Now, I know this is very common sense to many people, but I grew up as a people pleaser, and I am really trying to, work on that. Especially if you know how things are in Europe, there is a lot of pickpocketing, people that try to scam you. So you really have to be on all of your alerts. And sometimes it can be just people in your life that you just really have to put your foot down and be like, no, this is a boundary, that's not okay. So it just felt like it was a healthy way for me to exercise that. Number three, it would be to be open to adventures. I know that you go with an itinerary sometimes, or just all these ideas and expectations on what you have to do, but I think the best plans come whenever they are just improvised and spontaneous. And I know it's not the same thing, but this also comes with trying new things in general. Like trying escargot was such an experience for me. And also trying like the dessert creme brulee. I've never had a creme brulee, and all my classmates there were just hyping me up for having a creme brulee. And although it felt like such a small little moment, it felt like a huge accomplishment. I also tried Chardonnay for the first time, and shout out to my friend Annika, who was my roommate there. She was absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful that I was with a group of people that were always pushing me to try new things. No peer pressure though. Just go and enjoy and look at the little neighborhoods around France. Just never know what you will come across. Number four is go outside. Now, once again, this may sound like common sense, like yes, go out and touch some grass. But in reality, after just seeing the culture of enjoying third spaces, whether it's right next to the Seine or going to the park or just being at a little cafe for hours, it just inspired me to be less and less on my phone. So whenever it came to blogging, I was just blogging. And whenever it came to just having conversations and just enjoying a really good meal, I was really full on it. And coming back to the US just made me realize how much we are missing that connection of going outside and going to places together and just chatting for hours. I feel like we're missing a more of a sense of community. It just felt really nice to feel that every single day. And number five, I would say to don't feel the pressure that you have to be doing everything you've had planned. And I feel like this ties up with number one as well, but I really feel like when you go to places like Paris, you have all these ideas in your head and you're like, oh my gosh, if I don't go to the Notre Dame or if I don't go to the Louvre, I didn't go to France. But I'm here to tell you that it's totally okay, and God willing, there's another opportunity for you to go and explore new things. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do all the touristy things. You can do even as simple as just going to the local farmer's market or trying a new little vintage thrift store. Overall, social media really puts this thing in our heads that things need to go a specific way, and if not, they're not perfect or not good. What matters the most is that you have a great time, that you have great memories, and that's all my little 2 cents of the takeaways from France. This is just the beginning of this new channel, and I am so excited to see what else we can come up with. I am very much in my guinea pig phase, so I'm still trying to figure out how things are gonna look here, so we're gonna be trying new things, you and me. And if there was something in particular that you would like to see more of, I would love to hear your comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog as much as I did. I really had a lot of fun capturing these moments. You guys saw these things for the very first time just as I did, and if you have seen them before, you're lucky. So yeah, stick around and see how this channel is gonna go. Thank you so much for watching these 3 parts of my friend's blog, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye!